Picture this. Tuesday night graveyard shift at Gelson's. The world outside is winding down, but inside these fluorescent-lit aisles, time feels like it's standing still. The clock ticks past midnight, and the only signs of life are the distant hums and the occasional flicker of a light overhead. The store's a ghost town after 10. Every echo bounces off the linoleum, and the silence is so thick you could slice it with a box cutter. Just me, the hum of refrigerators, and the rare insomniac hunting for organic kale chips. Sometimes I wonder if the store itself is dreaming, caught in a loop of endless nights and restocking routines. I'm Leo, shelf stalker and professional avoider of human interaction. If there were an Olympic event for dodging small talk, I'd have a gold medal by now. The pay's not great, but it covers rent in the valley. My apartment's small, but it's mine. And after a long shift, even a creaky futon feels like a luxury suite. The lights buzz, making everything look like a hospital for avocados. There's a weird comfort in the monotony. Row after row of perfectly aligned produce, all under that harsh, clinical glow. But tonight, something felt off. The air was thick, electric, like right before an earthquake. It was as if the store itself was holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. I was in aisle 3, stacking San Marzano tomatoes into a perfect pyramid, my way of fighting off boredom. Each tomato had to be just right, no bruises, no wobbles. It's a small act of control in a world that rarely makes sense. Silence ruled. No music, no kids, just the sound of my own breath. Even the security cameras seemed to be watching more closely than usual, their little red lights blinking in the shadows. AirPods in, no music. My universal "don't talk to me" sign usually works. Not tonight. Tonight the silence was too loud, and every creak made me glance over my shoulder. The automatic doors hissed open, slicing through the quiet. The sound was sharp, almost startling, like a warning bell in the stillness. I peeked around the end cap, heart thumping. My hands froze mid-stack, tomato in hand, as I tried to make sense of the sudden intrusion. Probably just a late-night snack run, I told myself. Maybe someone desperate for ice cream or a forgotten ingredient for tomorrow's breakfast. But as the doors slid shut, that electric feeling spiked. The air felt charged, like the store was bracing for something out of the ordinary. My quiet kingdom was about to get a very strange visitor. I could sense it. Something was about to break the monotony in a way I'd never expected. And my tomato pyramid suddenly felt very, very vulnerable. In that moment, I realized the night was just getting started, and I was at the center of whatever was coming next. This guy walks in. Wool beanie, hoodie, sunglasses. He looks like he stepped straight out of a spy movie, or maybe just someone who's way too committed to hiding his identity. The kind of person you'd expect to see in a detective novel, not aisle 3 of a grocery store, at night, in June, in LA. The air outside is warm, the city buzzing with summer energy, but inside the store it's just fluorescent lights and the hum of refrigerators. It's the kind of night when most people are out for ice cream, not lurking in produce. He drags the squeakiest cart in the store, not even pretending to shop. The wheels screech with every step, echoing through the empty aisles, making it impossible for anyone to ignore his presence. Picks up fruit, stares at it like it's a puzzle, puts it back. He examines each apple as if it holds a secret code, then moves on, leaving the fruit untouched but somehow disturbed. His movements are slow, deliberate, like he's performing for invisible cameras. Every gesture is exaggerated, as if he's aware of being watched, or maybe he wants to be. I try to focus on my tomatoes, but he's impossible to ignore. Every time I glance up, he's there, hovering at the edge of my vision, making the simple act of grocery shopping feel like a stakeout. It's like watching a suspicious animal documentary. He's the predator, I'm the nervous gazelle, and the aisles are our savanna. I move to aisle 4, coffee and tea, hoping he'll lose interest. Maybe if I act casual, he'll just fade into the background, another late-night shopper with odd habits. No luck. The squeak of his cart follows. It's like a soundtrack to my anxiety, growing louder with every turn I take. He mirrors my path, never looking at the shelves, just shuffling past, cologne lingering. The scent is sharp, almost aggressive, as if he wants to leave a trail behind. My spidey senses are tingling. This is officially creepy. Every instinct tells me to get out, but curiosity keeps me rooted to the spot. I pretend to read a tea box, watching his reflection in the glass. My hands shake just a little, but I try to look calm, like I'm just deciding between green or chamomile. He stops at the end of the aisle, half hidden, just standing there. He's not shopping, not moving, just waiting, like he's sizing me up, facing me, not moving, just watching. His eyes are hidden behind those sunglasses, but I can feel his stare burning through me. I grip the tee box tighter, heart pounding. My mind races with possibilities. Should I confront him or just make a run for the checkout? This isn't just weird anymore, it's personal. The whole store feels smaller, the air heavier, as if we're the only two people left in the world, and I'm right in the middle of it. Whatever this is, it's not just a late-night grocery run anymore. It's a showdown, and I have no idea what happens next. Deep breaths, Leo. Maybe he's just weird. I ditch my cart and head to the cereal aisle. Nothing bad happens in the cereal aisle, right? I straighten Lucky Charms, trying to calm down. But I feel him before I see him. The squeaky cart, the shift in the air. He appears at the end, holding Captain Crunch, staring right at me over his sunglasses. It's a full-on stare-down, just me, him, and 1,000 cartoon mascots. My heart's pounding. I try the classic sup nod. Nothing, he just keeps staring, grip tightening on the cereal box. The silence is deafening. I back away, never breaking eye contact, pushing my cart toward the back. Every muscle screams run, but I try to act casual. One last glance, he's still there, statue still watching. I round the corner, hands slick with sweat. This is how true crime podcasts start, and I'm the main character. Great. I flee to the dairy section. Milk, yogurt, cheese, bright lights, open space. Should feel safer. It doesn't. The cold air feels like impending doom. I fumble yogurt containers, nerves shot. The squeak returns, slower, more deliberate. I don't have to look, I know he's there. He's by the butter, pretending to compare brands, but his eyes are locked on me, subtle as a monster truck at a tea party. I mutter, "Okay, dude, what's your deal?" My mind races. Thief? Psycho? Just a weirdo? I consider calling my manager, but what would I say? I decide to confront him with proximity. Walk past, see if he reacts. He doesn't flinch, just stands there, cologne and cold butter. As I walk away, I hear him whisper, "Almost." Almost what? My blood runs cold. I need to get out of here. I bolt to produce, closer to the doors. My escape route. I arrange avocados, trying to calm down. It doesn't work. Every shadow looks like him. Every sound makes me jump. He's by the leafy greens, half hidden in the mist, watching me through a security mirror. Our eyes meet in the warped reflection. The game's leveled up. Anger mixes with fear. Who does this guy think he is? I grab my phone, ready to call my manager, but pride stops me. I'm gonna win this game. I change my pattern, striding toward the checkout lanes, projecting confidence I don't feel. I don't look back, but I hear it, the squeak, squeak, squeak of his cart. He's still following. I'm done being the prey. Time to end this. I steel myself, ready for whatever comes next. The store feels smaller, the lights harsher, and he's still right behind me. The checkout lanes are dark and empty, creepy. I pivot into frozen foods. The cold hits me like a wall. Freezer doors fogged, reflecting my pale, terrified face. I pretend to browse, but he's there, opening and closing freezer doors in a slow, menacing rhythm. My mind races, fight, flight, or hide. I'm no action hero, so I choose hide. The stockroom door at the end of the aisle is my sanctuary. I move toward it, trying to look casual. My hand's on the handle when I hear his voice, close and calm. "Hey!" I freeze, colder than any freezer. I turn, heart pounding. He's right there, sunglasses off, eyes normal, still holding Captain Crunch. "Can I help you?" I squeak. He steps closer. "I think so." The tension is unbearable. I brace for the worst. He stands by the ice cream, eyes normal, not crazy, still holding the cereal box. "I've been watching you," he says, voice calm. "Yeah, I noticed," I reply, trying to sound tough. He studies me, then says, "You're methodical. The tomato pyramid? Impressive." He lists my habits, facing labels, testing his behavior, changing my path. "You're smart. You didn't panic. You adapted." I'm baffled. Secret shopper, serial killer, what is this? He's not complimenting me. He's assessing me like a scientist with a lab rat. My fear turns to confusion. He nods, almost approving. "You have a system. You notice things." I just want to go home and watch Netflix, but I can't look away. The whole thing is surreal. I'm being evaluated, not threatened, and I have no idea why. "Look, man, you're freaking me out. Buy your cereal or I'm calling the cops." He holds up his hands, apologetic. "Let me pay, I'll explain." At the register, he drops a business card. Gavin Hayes, Sterling Security Solutions. "Parking lot?" he asks. I follow, mind spinning. Outside, under the streetlights, he leans on a black Tesla, takes a bite of his apple. Sterling Security was hired by Gelson's. Inventory issues. We test security and look for talent. He points the apple at me. My job was to act suspicious, see how staff reacts. Most don't notice. Some panic. You stayed calm, gathered info, almost took action. You were a real pain in my ass. That's a compliment. I stand there, name tag feeling ridiculous. The whole night was a test. I'm not a victim, I'm a candidate. My world tilts, I'm still processing. And he's still watching, waiting for my reaction. Everything's changed. I stare, stunned. For a moment, the world seems to pause around me. The hum of the streetlights, the distant sound of a car passing, even my own breath. I can't quite process what just happened. My mind races, replaying the last few minutes over and over. All that fear, a secret job interview. Relief floods me, washing away the tension that had built up in my shoulders. I let out a shaky breath, realizing just how tightly I'd been wound. The adrenaline is still there, but now it's mixed with something else. Curiosity, maybe even excitement. I laugh, a little hysterical, the sound echoing off the empty asphalt. It's the kind of laugh that comes when you're not sure if you should be relieved or worried, but you can't help yourself. You scared the hell out of me for a job? I ask, my voice still shaky. Gavin grins, clearly enjoying the moment. Unconventional but effective, he says, his eyes glinting with mischief. He shrugs. We need people who notice things. His tone is serious now, and I realize he's not just talking about the obvious. You can teach someone to disarm a bomb, but not to spot it in the first place. The words hang in the air, heavy with meaning. I think about all the little details I've noticed during my shifts. Things most people would overlook. He hands me a heavier business card, his direct line embossed and cool to the touch. It feels important, like a key to a door I never knew existed. Pays better, hours are weird, but the work's interesting. He pauses, giving me a reassuring nod. No pressure, think it over. This isn't the kind of job you take lightly. He gets in his Tesla, the door closing with a soft thud. The window rolls down, and for a second I see him studying me, as if he's already picturing me on the team. Oh, and Leo, nice work on those tomatoes. He winks, and I can't help but smile, even as my mind spins with questions. He drives off, leaving me in the empty lot under buzzing lights, holding a fancy card that suddenly feels like a ticket to a new life. I look back at Gelson's, my quiet kingdom now a launching pad for something bigger, something unknown. The store's lights seem to shine a little brighter, as if they know change is coming. I stare at the card, heart racing, mind buzzing with possibilities. What if I say yes? What if I don't? My graveyard shift just got a whole lot more interesting. Suddenly the routine feels like a prologue to something much bigger. The night air feels different, charged, electric, full of promise and uncertainty. I breathe it in, feeling more awake than I have in months, and I'm ready for whatever comes next. For the first time in a long while, the unknown doesn't scare me, it excites me.